All right, guys, page 223, lesson 9. Yesterday, I believe, on one of the sections, we incorrectly read that as select all, but it's find all. So that one is not multiple choice, so hopefully you caught that while doing it. But it wants to know the zeros. What makes each one of those sections 0? So if there's ever an x out front, that is, of course, just 0. And then 1 minus 1 would be 0. Next one, 5 would make that one 0, and negative 5 would make that one 0. This one, 2 times what plus 1, and again, if you cannot see that, make sure you set it equal to 0 and just solve. It's negative a half, and then this one is, of course, negative 8. That is for C. D, both of those will be the same. 3 times what minus 3 equals 0. Hopefully you can see that that one is 1, and that would be the same as well. And this one would be 7 and negative 4. Question 2, rewrite each one in factored form. So this is a plus and this is a minus. That is always going to be 2 minuses. Factors of 6 that add up to 7 would be 1 and 6. And then it also says to solve, so I need to solve that as well. And I get D equals 1 and 6 would make those zeros. B with 2 plus signs, that is the easiest one. That means I'm going to have 2 plus signs in my factors as well. So they multiply to give me 81, but add to 18. And that would, of course, be 9 and 9. So my answer would be negative 9 would be my 0. Factors of negative 60. So again, if I see a negative at the end there, that means I have a plus and a minus. Factors of 60, so they multiply to give me 60. These two numbers multiply to give me 60, but the positive one is 7 bigger. Okay, the positive one is 7 bigger, so that should be a positive 12 and a minus 5. 12 is 7 bigger, so my answers would be negative 12 and 5. How'd D go for you? Kind of our first one with a decimal. It is both plus signs because those are both plus. What times what is 0.01, and that is 0.1. And then if you add those, you get 0.2 for a middle term. So 1 0 at negative 1/10. Question 3, is what Elena did correct? And actually it is not. She's close, but if you look at these, the 6 is 3 bigger, the positive is 3 bigger. So that if that was a plus 3x, that would be correct. So she's actually got the sign switched. It should be a plus 3 and a minus 6. So your zeros are negative 3 and positive 6. Question 4. What did Jada do wrong? And again, if somebody makes a mistake, this is a common one. She divided by P to get rid of that P. You cannot divide by P because you'll notice what happens. She found 1 0, but this one disappeared. So it should also be 0 and negative 5. So if you divide by a variable, you lose an answer. Choose a statement to correctly describe the 0 property. Well, that is when things equal 0. Individual things here, each factor. That is the 0 product property. Question 6, multiple choice of factoring. So again, this is a positive, so your choices are both positive or both negative. This one tells us it's a negative, so both numbers should be negative, so it can't be that one, can't be that one. Both of them multiply together to give you 12, so we can't tell, but they have to add up to 7. So your answer should be B. 3 plus 4 is 7. Question number 7, factoring once again. Factors of 6 that add up to 7, both of them are positive. Pretty simple. It does not ask for a solution, it just wants us to factor there. This one I got a minus and a plus, so that means 2 minuses again. Factors of 6 that add up to negative 7, so it's the exact same thing as A except both negative. Factors of 6, that would give us -5. Again, same pattern, minus, plus, that means they're both minuses here. Factors of 6 that add up to 5 this time would be 2 and 3. And D is exactly the same except the positive side of that. Okay, select all the ones that are equal to 25x squared. 25x squared. So which ones would overtake that? So here I have a quadratic. So I know anything with an exponent, with a variable, in exponential form will grow faster than that. So this is an exponential, this is an exponential, D is an exponential, and E is an exponential. So 4 answers there. Question number 9, we did C together. -20 is going to fall under the less than category, so I got to take -20 minus another 1, so your answer is -21. -2, that's a tough one. Which category does it fall into? It should be the top one because the top one includes the equal sign. So it should be -2 minus 1. It's falling into this category. -2 minus 1 is -3. And the last one, 5.7 is more than -2. So 2 times 5.7, that should be, what, 11.4 minus 1. So your answer there should be 10.4. All right, so that was the homework from lesson 9. The warm-up should now be available for you as well. So please take the warm-up.